here with designer Laura Timmons, and Laura has a wonderful idea for upcycling. What a great idea for using ties.
I know. Well, you know what? It's crazy, some of the fun patterns and things that you can find at resale shops.
Yeah.
And ties, and they're so inexpensive. And that's what I love, is that it's a great upcycling project, and you can really spend, you know, more of your money on the stuff that really matters, the crystals. I know,
yeah.
Exactly.
And I love the bracelet that you made. That's a really cool idea.
Well, and you know what's fun too is these are actually some of my favorite colors. I just think the classic colors, you can definitely. And you know, there again, what a fun, funky tie.
Yeah.
You know, some of these ties, I would love to know where, who wore them.
Definitely, they have a story to tell.
But it's really a very easy project. The first thing that you're going to want to do, you've got your metal cuff, and you can just take any paper that you've got, and you're just going to kind of roll your cuff along, and you're going to create a template. And I'm literally just going to kind of trace about maybe a ½ an inch on either side. I'm just going to roll this along. I'm just creating basically a pattern, so that'll make it easier for me to kind of guesstimate what size I will need to cut the tie piece. And literally, you're just going to cut the back of your tie as well and open it up. You might need to iron it a little bit.
Oh, so then you'll have the extra fabric.
Right. In fact, you know what? With one tie, I was actually able to do 4 bracelets with it.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of bracelets.
It is. Now, you know, you might want to switch it up a little bit, and most of the ties are like 89 cents.
Right.
So, you know, you can obviously buy several of them, but I was excited because I was able to get so many with my favorite colors.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
So anyways, you're going to cut that out, and then you'll cut out your piece of fabric from your tie. And then what you're going to do is you're going to glue.
I'll take this for you.
You bet, thank you. So here's my pattern that I had created. And you're just going to use a basic adhesive, and you're going to just trace along the outer edge here. And you don't have to be nice and neat, you can be sloppy.
That's always good.
I know, I totally agree. Okay, so we've got that done. Now I'm going to find just kind of the center of my tie here and bring my edges forward. And you can kind of shift it around. If you didn't get it centered, you can easily shift it around a little bit.
You know, this would be a good way to preserve a memento tie, too.
Oh, definitely.
There are some that I just can't get rid of.
That's a great idea, you know. Well, you know, grandfather's tie.
Exactly.
And, from Sunday dinner.
You can make a bracelet for all the girls in your family.
That's right. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go ahead and put glue on the inside here. There again, you don't have to be neat and tidy.
So you're just lining the inside edge of the cuff?
Just lining the inside edge of the cuff, and then I'm going to start folding it over. And I like to fold over my ends first, kind of get those secure.
Okay.
And then start folding the edges. And if you need to, you can actually bend this cuff open a little bit if that makes it a little bit easier for you to kind of get to this inside here.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to take my little edges. I'll put a little bit of glue on the inside there as well. And the good thing is this glue will dry clear, so I don't really have to worry about if there's any fabric necessarily.
Sure.
Now what I've got too are these, I love these little tiny wooden clothespins.
So that'll hold it together.
That's going to help secure it until it's dry.
All right.
So we basically have idea of how to glue the tie base, yes, to the cuff. Now the next thing that you're going to want to do, because you know we love to embellish as many opportunities as we possibly can.
Definitely.
We're going to use some wire. I'm using a 24 gauge wire, and you're just going to secure it. Just kind of do a little twist there in the beginning, and remember too that we're going to actually insert some faux suede. So we're going to glue some faux suede to the center of this, so these wires won't show.
So it doesn't have to be beautiful.
It doesn't have to be beautiful and perfect. And of course, we're using some big Mama Jamma crystals here. So we've got some great shine. So I've got one wrap to begin with. Take that crystal around, and what I love too is that, of course, the faux suede. Once you glue that in, it kind of locks these crystals into place. But they still have some movement. And I think that's what just makes it.
And it's going really fast to string these on because you've put your crystals on the wire first.
Right,
and then start wrapping. That makes it easy.
And you know, you can use any crystals or, you know, embellish any additional way that you want to. And then I'm just going to bring it to the inside and create just like a little secure wrap on the inside as well. And then what you'll do, what's nice is this faux suede is actually pre-cut in 1.5-inch strips.
Oh, to fit the back of the
To fit. So all you need to do is measure the length that you need for your cuff. And there again, we're going to glue the inside
and cover
and
it up.
and cover it up.
Perfect.
So it fits really nice and snug on the inside. And you can use those little clothespins again if you need to just to kind of hold it into place. And you do really want to be careful not to get any glue on the top of your faux suede though, because it will kind of leave a residue. So, and we don't want any residue, any glue residue.
And it's going to be nice and soft to wear too.
Exactly.
So then you're going to sparkle it more.
We are. And what I love, so this is actually the finished product, and we're going to play around a little bit. This is, of course, the hot fix tool. We've got it plugged in. It's already heated up. We've got the tip that fits the size of crystal that we're going to use. So basically, and I always use a paper plate because the surface of the tip is hot and you don't want it to melt like a styrofoam plate or your bead mat or anything like that.
You want to protect your work surface.
You want to protect your work surface, absolutely. And so we've got it, it's kind of heating up.
You can see the glue start to bubble.
You can, and that's what I love, is that you start seeing it bubble a little bit so you know when it's ready to add all that yummy sparkle to your project. So all I'm going to do is and I'm just randomly putting them on. And can you see how easy that is? The glue is going to stick to the cuff and just drop right there. What's kind of fun too is that these crystals just kind of stick very easily up in here. If you need to sometimes you need to pry it out a little bit, so I've got just like a little tiny, tiny pair of tweezers that helps you kind of loosen that crystal up because there's little slits in both sides of the tip. So it just kind of helps you position. But these are coming out very, very easily.
Oh, it looks great. Let's take a look at how you embellish the patterns on these other ties. Love this one especially.
I know,
with the
isn't
squares.
that fun? Well,
geometric.
What I love too is that you can play off of the pattern of the tie, or you don't have to either. Like this one, for example, I've just kind of created a simple pattern just on top of the cuff, but I could have gone along and actually crystallized all these flowers as well. So kind of, you can get as creative as you want with these.
You can really make it your own too.
Well, you can, and just the great juxtaposition of colors, like even this one. What I did on this one, this is actually the flip side of our fabric.
No way, that looks great.
So I was just able to add all kinds of crazy colors.
Thank you so much.
So thank you. It's been a joy.
Sparkle our ties.